everyone. How are you doing? So earlier I was asking you if you had any questions or how I could help you out. And before I went live in the EO Recipes group, I was answering some of your questions. And then I come back now and find that there are a lot more questions. So I thought it would be easier for me to answer these live. So those of you who are here with me now, if you have any questions, feel free to jump in and pick my brain about essential oils. Otherwise, I am going to answer Sarah, who is asking if the essential oils that have interactions or shouldn't be used with diabetic medications, if that's specific to a certain group of diabetic medications, because there are several, both oral or injections. So right now, all we have is the information that you should avoid using certain essential oils internally if you are using diabetes medications. So that is the extent of my knowledge at this point. There are no specific groups, but it can interfere with blood sugar. So I know that much. So if the medications that you are taking or whoever is taking, if they are going to say drop your blood sugar levels, certain essential oils may affect that and make them drop too low, or it may cancel out your medication and make them not work well at all. So it really depends on the essential oil as well as the medication. So there are some essential oils such as cinnamon bark that should be avoided if you are taking medications, and that's only if you are using those essential oils internally, which of course we do not recommend. Sorry, my heater is blowing. It's just chilly in my office, and I'm sorry if that's loud. So that would be my best answer for you, Sarah. Kimberly's question is, when essential oils intended for focusing and concentration and are kid-friendly, what can I do when it doesn't work? It is aromatic on a volcanic rock stone, not topical on skin. I would make sure that you are inhaling properly. So if it is on a stone, it may simply not be enough. Number one, check to make sure that the essential oils really are useful for focusing. My preference is like a mixture of fir needle and lime. Those are going to be a great combination. If you are buying pre-made blends that maybe don't have the proper formulation, then you may not get a great result. I would suggest passing around a personal inhaler, such as this, where you add the essential oils directly on the wick here. And then you add about 15 essential oils to the wick, and then you can inhale it through the holes on the top. And that is going to be more effective because you are getting more essential oils close to your nose, and that's going to be much more effective than a couple of drops on a stone. Unless the stone is maybe on a table within arm's reach. So it really depends on your method. Another thing you can do is diffuse in the same room just to make sure that they are being inhaled. Val's question is, you mentioned something about Aborvite not being a very nice oil. It is not in your oil profile book. Can you tell me why you don't like it, please? So Aborvite is in this one. So this is my original essential oil profiles book that's been out for a few years. This has the top 60 essential oils, and it has the safety and the therapeutic properties and benefits for 60 essential oils. And then we have the new essential oil safety files, which is the safety for 240 different essential oils. And there are ebook and online versions of these as well. Sorry, my son is texting me. Not an emergency, but it's in my way. So to look up Aborvite, that is in here. And I will show you exactly what is the problem. So Aborvite essential oil, also known as Thuja or Western red cedar, is not recommended for the following reasons. It is neurotoxic. It is potentially convulsant, which only affects those with epilepsy. Neurotoxic affects everybody though, right? And is not safe for use during pregnancy or breastfeeding or around your pets. But yeah, it is a neurotoxic essential oil, so it's something that we want to avoid. There are a few essential oils sold which are simply not safe. Even if you were to use it topically, a safe dilution to use is only 0.25%. That is a really low percentage. So I highly recommend avoiding it. It is neurotoxic. There's simply no reason to use this essential oil. I don't know why you wanted to use it, Val, but if you could let me know, there are going to be other essential oils that you can use instead of arbor vitae without the neurotoxicity risks, and you will have an effective result from that. Nicole is asking best oil to diffuse for people with COPD. Okay, let me go ahead and bring up my comments box for this. Because I want to actually add a link for you about this. Actually, just last night, actually let me tag you as well in it. So let me tag Nicole March. So just last night, I added, let me see, asthma. Just last night, I added in our Learning Center a section on asthma. So this information is going to be the same for asthma, COPD, any sort of breathing issues. You can look up the information over there. Now, the trick is that the same essential oils that may be useful for people with asthma and COPD can actually trigger breathing issues as well. So it's a little bit tricky, but if you can read that information over there in our Learning Center, then it will better help you come to a determination if you want to use essential oils, and if so, which ones may be helpful for you. Bethany's question: I worry endlessly about my 46-year-old son who is an RN working frontlines in the COVID unit. Other than letting go, letting God, is there an EO for worry and fear? There are essential oils for anxiety and for calming. In fact, just when all this coronavirus stuff happened, I was able to release an anxiety recipe for you. It's a diffuser recipe. And that was because I had so many people asking me, what can I do for anxiety? Because you all were really, and I get it, everyone was stressed out. So I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and release that recipe at the free level. Let me just add a link, but first of all, let me tag Bethany, and then I will add a link where you can find the diffuser recipe for anxiety in our Essential Oil Recipes Club. And then you can use those essential oils to help. And you can diffuse them. You can use them in a personal inhaler as well. Johanna England is wondering about oils to help with tendinitis. So also in the EO Recipes Club, I do have a recipe for tendinitis. Johanna England. Look for tendinitis. So I do have formulations over there for tendinitis as well. And those of you, hey Lisa, those of you who are here watching live, if you have any questions for me, feel free to dive in and I will be happy to answer your questions. Meanwhile, I'm just answering questions that were left a couple of hours ago for me over in the group. Jill is asking if there are any essential oils that can help with a sinus infection. Yes, there are. So fir needle is absolutely amazing. Let me just go ahead and tag Jill over here so that I can answer her. So you can click on congestion for the free recipe. Actually, it's free recipes. Also have info for, she was asking about sinusitis as well. But I do have a free recipe for congestion. It's a steam inhalation recipe that'll work really, really well. For sinus infection, I would probably suggest, tea tree and lemon would be really great for that too. Charissa has sweet marjoram and silver fir. What should I use it for? So I would highly recommend, there are different, okay, let me just tag her over here. So for the different essential oils that didn't actually tag her, you can actually look up in our essential oil profiles book. You can actually look up some different benefits and therapeutic properties right here. Now, I suggest that when you purchase essential oils that you have already a use for them, that you are going to use them for. I know a lot of us are just like, we just buy essential oils and then we're like, oh, now what do I do with it, right? Because it's either on sale, or maybe it was a gift, or maybe you like the smell, or whatever that it was. And you have this essential oil now and you don't know what to do with it. It's always a great idea if you can purchase the essential oil after knowing what you need it for. So take a peek at, what do I need these essential oils for? Or what is my health issue? What essential oils can help with that issue? And then make your purchases that way. But I do have some tips in here. So if we go to marjoram, let me flip here. So we have sweet marjoram. We have the safety on the one side. We have the therapeutic benefits, therapeutic properties and benefits on this side as well. So what I've done is I've taken the technical medical therapeutic properties and I have converted those into specific benefits broken up by body system. I realize this is backwards for you all on this side here, so that instead of going, what does vulnerary mean? What is, antiseptic or anti-catarrh or whatever, you can actually look down and see, oh, respiratory issues like congestion, oh, limbic issues like stress. And then you can have a better understanding of how this essential oil can be helpful. So Teresa, I would recommend checking this out. I do have a free level. Let me actually see which ones are available at the free level, because I'm not sure if sweet marjoram, I don't believe, is one of them. Let's see, EOP book. But you can access a free level over at leahjacobson.com/EOP book. Let me throw that in there for you guys as well so that you can access the free level over there. So there are 60 essential oils, like I mentioned, in this book here, safety and the benefits, but I have a total of, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I have 11 of those available at the free level. And she also asked about, I think it was fur, silver fir. So I do have the fir needle one also available at the free level. So let me just flip to that as well so that you can have online access to that. So here is the fir, the safety, and then we have therapeutic properties and benefits. And the fir is going to be best for respiratory issues. Silver fir, Siberian fir needle, they're all going to be great for respiratory issues. This one is also listed as being great for inflammation, mental fatigue, spasm, cramp, and then bacterial issues on the skin as well. So you can find all of that over at leahjacobson.com/EOP book for the free level over there. Now, Hammy is asking which essential oils can be added to a washer load for laundry to help disinfect, and how many drops should we add to a large load? So let me tag her over here and let her know that I'm answering. So what I would suggest is using tea tree and lemon essential oils. They are the dynamic duo of cleaning. I use them in cleaning sprays. I use them to diffuse for killing germs. They are amazing and wonderful essential oils. Tea tree essential oil is antibacterial, antifungal, and antiviral. Lemon is also antibacterial and antiviral. They are amazing essential oils to use for cleaning. You can diffuse them to clean the air. You can inhale them when you have left your home. I know most of us are stuck at home and that's good, but sometimes we do have to go out. I highly suggest taking some deep inhalations of your anti-germ inhaler before you go into the store. And then when you come out again, you can use tea tree and lemon in a hand sanitizer. Actually have those recipes available in our EO Recipes Club. But as for, and even at the free level, but as for how many drops to add, you can add 5 to 10 drops of essential oil to your load, to your laundry. Another thing I would suggest is hydrogen peroxide is absolutely amazing. There's actually a link. Let me actually, it's an EPA.gov link where you can actually, let me know if you guys want this link. I have it specified to the disinfectant list against SARS and COVID-2. And you can actually search a bunch of different things that are useful for, say, coronavirus or something else. And hydrogen peroxide has been proven time and time again to be a disinfectant for hard surfaces. Now, you can use it on your skin, you can use it in your laundry as well, and it's amazing for a laundry brightener too, but I absolutely love hydrogen peroxide, so I would suggest that as well. Wilda Marie asked about yeast infection and gut health, was wondering if tea tree oil can be ingested if diluted. So that is something that I would suggest that you actually go in person to an aromatherapist, because they can actually do a health assessment for you, and they can better gauge whether using tea tree essential oil internally is actually going to be beneficial for you and your situation. There may be something else that could be more gentle than using an essential oil, and that's what I would recommend. Try other things first before using essential oils internally, because once you start ingesting essential oils, your risk of adverse reactions is much higher than if you are using an herbal supplement that's meant to be consumed. Sarah is asking if I have any helpful hints for gout. I would recommend looking into diet. A lot of times it is certain foods that can trigger gout. If you are looking for topical pain relief, I do have recipes over in the EO Recipes Club that you can access over there if you are looking for that type of recipe. Liz is asking, is there any recipe safe for hemorrhoids? Asking for a friend who had a baby 4 months ago. Witch hazel is going to be the absolute best for hemorrhoids. And that is something that you can actually apply on a cotton round or even a pad, and you can apply it right there and just literally press it against the skin. And witch hazel itself alone with no essential oils is going to be super amazing and useful. Jason's question. Oh, happy birthday, Leah. Thank you. One of my friends asked me if you add essential oils to soap, if it will make the soap be antibacterial. Yes, it will. Let me just tag him over here. So you can add tea tree essential oil and lemon essential oil to your soap, and that will help with bacteria as well as viruses. Contrary to some people who do not believe that essential oils are antiviral or antibacterial, or that they work against influenza or whatnot, that actually does help. I literally have a link still up here from PubMed talking about Melaleuca alternifolia, which is tea tree essential oil, and their conclusion is, thus we prove that it could prevent influenza virus from entering the host cells by disturbing the normal viral membrane fusion procedure. This is just one. I had this up from the other day and I still haven't put it anywhere yet, but you can go and look on PubMed all day long and type in tea tree essential oil specifically and find so many references to its viral nature and how effective it is for viruses. Now, no, I think it's too early to test anything on the COVID-19. That is a specific strain, but things have actually been tested on the coronavirus, which is the umbrella family. Just like influenza is an umbrella family, the flu that we get every year, different strains. But we know that essential oils are helpful and useful for viruses, whether they are diffused into the air and meet on contact and kill them that way, whether you spritz them on your hands and kill them that way. Essential oils are amazing, amazing tools for viral issues and bacterial issues, and they absolutely can be added to soap to help with that too. Yes. Thank you, Linda. Thank you very much. So I have gotten to the end of my questions, so thank you all for those. And if anyone, I see there's a couple dozen of you here. If you have any questions for me while I'm here live, please feel free to jump into the comments and ask me your questions. If you have any for me, I will be here another few minutes. I know there's a little bit of delay on Facebook's end when I talk and when I see comments, or when you hear them and when you're able to comment. So I will leave this open for another couple of minutes. But I would just highly recommend, I know there's new members in this group every single day who don't know this, but if you go to our library, you will find a ton of resources, and almost everything has a free level there. So the Essential Oil Profiles book that I mentioned has a free level. This book right here. You can get online access to this book, and it has, there's a free level of this. There is a free level of the Essential Oil Safety Files as well. You can get a free level of these so that you can have access to some information. There's actually 30 different essential oils available on the free level of this book, of the safety files, 30 different essential oils. And we also have a free level of the blends safety files, where every single week on a Monday, every single week I add about 10 more blends that I have assessed. That means per your suggestions, I have gone to the different websites and I've looked up the different essential oils that are used in different popular blends, and I have assessed them all for safety. And we are now up to over, I think it's 370 different essential oils blends that I've actually assessed from, I believe it's 20, how many different, hang on one second, let me find it. It's 370 different essential oil blends from 25 different brands, and I update that every single week. So there is a free level for that as well that you can access. There are 42 blends available at the free level. So those of you, I know things are financially tight for a lot of people right now. We're all feeling that, but you can access free information in our library. So there are 42 blends, including safety assessments for thieves, for On Guard, for Germ Fighter, Immune Aid, System Shield, Breathe, Calming, Tranquility, Focus, Breathe Clear, Insomnia, Somnia, Defend, Armor, Sleep Well. Whole bunch of different ones over there that I have assessed for you so that you can know the safety of the essential oils that you are using. Or if you want to look them up yourself, I have 240 of them right here. So you can absolutely take the time to do that, because it takes time. It definitely takes time. So are there any other questions? Oh, I'm seeing them now. Excellent. You are welcome, Teresa. I'm sorry, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Stacy's asking, how do I know how old my oils are if I don't remember when I bought them? That is a great question. Yeah, if you can search through your history, your search history, your emails for your receipts or whatever, there's no real way to know unless you try to do a little bit of research. I highly suggest that people keep a journal of their purchases, because we think we're going to remember, just like everything else, right? We think we're going to remember. We don't remember these things. We need to write it down. So either grab a Sharpie, not this one would be way too big. Grab a Sharpie and just write the date on the side of your bottle, or keep it logged somewhere when you are purchasing your essential oils. That being said, I do have information about shelf life. So if you suspect that they are old and you aren't sure, you can check the shelf life tab in the Learning Center to look for more information on that, as well as what to do if you think they have oxidized or expired. Corinna PM'd me yesterday. I have not seen your PM. My dad has been taking oils internally and has a high liver count as it is. What should I tell him? I would ask him to please stop. If he already has a liver that has issues, adding those concentrated essential oils as a stress to his liver that already has issues is not going to help anything. I'm not sure where you PM'd me, but I am not seeing it anywhere. And I already looked at my PMs for the page earlier today. Unless I missed it, I'll have to go back and see. But yeah, I would highly suggest, he is adding to the burden of his liver that's already in distress by ingesting essential oils, which are highly concentrated. So please ask him to stop. Have you done a study on Revive essential oils? What I have done, Linda, is I have assessed many of their blends. So if you go over to leahjacobson.com/EOBS, let me link to it here so that you can see what I'm talking about. You can actually find all of the different ones that I have assessed. So I have assessed Ache Away, Allergy Relief, Breathe Air, Bugs Away, Christmas Morning, Cycle Calm, Digest Support, Endo Plus Joy, Headache Relief, Home, Limitless, Mint Cookies, Sleep, Slimming, Smile, Snore No More, Stress Relief, Tumble and Tidy, Women's Balance. So I have assessed all of those for safety. And the ones that are at the free level would be Bugs Away and Women's Balance. So you can check out the safety of those blends over there. Okay, you PM'd the page. I thought I checked earlier, but I have actually 2 pages, so I must have to check the other one. Sorry about that. Hey, Jason. Yes, I tagged you over here because you were asking about adding essential oils to soap. And yes, I would recommend tea tree and lemon essential oils to add to your soap. Add a 2% dilution, which means 12 drops per ounce of soap. and that's what I would recommend. Stacy, my hands are really dry and cracking from hand washing. What can I put in soap to keep them less dry? Well, essential oils really aren't going to help keep them less dry, but you could add some jojoba oil. You could add some sort of carrier oil to your soap. That will be slightly nourishing as well. And I would definitely recommend an application of an oil. I mean, I wouldn't even use a lotion. I would go straight to the oil. I would just slather on either coconut oil, jojoba oil, something, if you have like a whipped body butter, or something like that that's like super heavy on the moisturizing. I would put even just a thin layer of that on after washing to kind of seal that moisture in and help to nourish them. And you can have essential oils in your whipped body butters and stuff. I don't know if you're a member of our EO Recipes Club, but I do have a body balm and a body butter over there that you can make, and you can add essential oils too, and those would be under the eczema and psoriasis recipes. So you can add essential oils to that, and that will remain on the skin. But adding essential oils to soap isn't really going to help with the moisture, but you can add a carrier oil to your soap. That will be less stripping. You are welcome, Jason. So does anyone else have any questions for me about essential oils before I get off? I just thought I would come in here and answer your questions for you. I know sometimes it's easier to just do this than wait for my reply otherwise. At least it's easier for me, let's just be honest. It's a lot easier for me to come here live and answer your questions. Okay, Roseanne, I started using essential oils about 3 years ago, but don't use them often anymore because it's so overwhelming. What are your top 3 oils for family with kids under the age of 5? I would say tea tree and lemon and helichrysum essential oil. Tea tree and lemon are amazing for cleaning. You can diffuse them, you can inhale them, you can use them in your soap, you can use them in your laundry. Lemon is also great for energy, which you may need with your children under the age of 5. And helichrysum is amazing for bumps and bruises and cuts and any sort of skin trauma. Beyond that, you could try, let's see, fir needle essential oil is great for congestion. Sandalwood and cedarwood are both excellent for sleep if you want your kids to calm down and start sleeping. And adding a little bit of sweet orange to that can be great as well. Let's see, bergamot is nice and calming. Not sedative though, but it'd be a good kind of like midday calming when your kids are going crazy. Geranium and clary sage both would be wonderful for you, for inhalation, for helping with emotional issues and keeping your sanity with your little kids under the age of 5 running around the house. It can also help them on an emotional level as well. So I like to refer to geranium and clary sage as being great for PMS issues, hormonal issues, terrible twos, teenage, cranky husbands, whatever that it might be. Is really great for negative emotional issue type situations. So, P.S. we also have a free level of the EO Recipes Club. I never got to that point to tell you. So we have free levels for everything, guys. So if you go to our library, of course, the Learning Center is 100% free. That's where I am pulling information from my usingeossafely.com website over into a membership site, because Facebook is not liking when I'm sharing things and I use medical terms like antiviral or anything like that. They don't like it when my website page has that information on it, even if I don't say so on Facebook. If I'm just like, hey, I made a new recipe, and then I have my recipe on my public website and it says antiviral or something like that, they're like, oh no, we don't like that. We are going to flag this. So I've had to follow their rules, is now I'm putting my information behind a membership that's free so you guys can access it, but the robots are not in there, so they can keep out. So yeah, the Learning Center is free. We have a free level for the EO recipes as well, as blends and singles and profiles and all of that stuff. So take a look over there and just grab all of the free information. You are welcome, Roseanne. Any more questions that you have for me tonight before I get off and go do something else, like add more information to the Learning Center? is probably what I'm going to be doing. I know it's been taking me quite a while to get everything over there, but it is well worth it to have that over there. If you missed it last night, I did add information for asthma over there. So you can find that over in our Learning Center too. Okay, so I'm not seeing any more questions, but I'll wait just a moment because I know there's a lag between me talking and Facebook showing it to you and then having comments. But if I do miss any of your comments while I'm here live, sometimes I'll hit finish and then a question will pop up. I can always type a reply to you. So I hope you are having a wonderful day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are, and I will talk to you guys later. See ya.